What's going on, YouTube? How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing great as always. Thank you for all your support. You guys just contributed into helping me reach a little over 2,000 subscribers. So, man, oh man, I'm so excited, guys. I feel the energy, I feel the love. Thank you so much for everyone's kindness, everyone's support. You guys are freaking awesome. So, I can't really, uh, express in words how much that means to me. It really means a lot. And again, I try my best to make as many videos as I possibly can. But guys, I'm a 9 to 5 worker, just like everybody else. I have the same stresses, the same everything as everybody else. And it's hard for me to make these videos, but I do it out of love and I do it because I don't forget about you. You guys, I'm always thinking about you guys in the back of my mind every day when I'm at work and when I'm going to come out with another video for you guys and things like that because, man, I do my best. But anyways, guys, this video is going to be a little bit different, man, because I just got to get this off my chest, man, because LG is just, they're driving me insane. I'm so upset with them. Don't understand what their thought process is this year. It is ridiculous. And this is going to be more of a complaint rant type of video. And man, oh man, what is LG doing? Now, as you guys know, I mostly purchase premium TVs. I have S95C, Sony A95L, the G3s. I've always, was into the premium space for a while now with these TVs, and I have a long history with purchasing TVs, mostly actually with LG. LG is probably my top brand. I don't know. I mean, it may be neck and neck with Samsung, to be honest with you, but I would say more recent years, LG. And I've always looked at LG as a value, uh, a value premium brand, meaning that they're the ones in the premium space that are the best happy medium and best bang for your buck for a long time, all the way up till recently. And this time around, guys, I'm just nodding my head, shrugging my shoulders, closing my eyes. I'm just like, what is going on here? The 77-inch G4, just like last year, is going to be $4,500. It's going to have the new A11 chip processor. It's going to have the new MLA technology. It's going to have the new gen panel. Still the same price as last year's G3. Makes sense, right? Everybody loves it. That's exactly what you would hope for as a consumer, right? And then you think, okay, before pricing came out, you probably said, all right, well, they're coming out with an 83-inch. I'm excited about that one. I might even purchase that one. The 6 inches bigger. What's it going to cost? Maybe, $800, $1,000 more max, right? No. For 6 inches more, the 83-inch is going to be $6,400, guys. $1,900 before tax more than the 77-inch. LG, what are you thinking? Or are you not thinking? Why would you think you can get away with that kind of pricing for an extra 6 inches? That's ridiculous. It just makes zero sense. I wouldn't even expect Sony to do that. If Sony came out with a new 83-inch QD OLED, I would think maybe maybe let's say $1,200 more, not $1,900 more for 6 more inches. That's ridiculous. What I just don't understand. So I'm upset about it. I'm annoyed by it. And, you kind of try to think of what LG is thinking. And the only thing I can possibly think of is they understand that they're the only ones that's coming out with an OLED premium TV in an 83 inch. There is no 83 inch QD OLED coming out, whether it's from Samsung or Sony. Obviously, from Sony because they follow suit with Samsung, being that Samsung's the provider of the panel. So they're thinking, all right, let's get greedy and maximize our profits. Let's mark it up another $1,900 over the 77 inch and sell it. People will buy it. The problem is no, they won't. They outprice themselves out the market, which happens a lot in any market. Because if there is no competition to keep them on their toes to sell units, then guess what? They're going to price it at whatever they want because there's no other competition. There's only one direction you can go. And that's a very self-centered way of thinking in any market, especially in the TV space. So what's going to happen is you're going to take away a huge percentage of people who were all interested in purchasing the 83 inch. You're going to push them away from you and probably purchase a whole different brand out of spite, out of principle, because that's how much you aggravated them about marking the price up another $1,900 just for an additional 6 inches. Because besides the size, guys, the 77 inch G4 and the 83 inch G4, they're exactly the same. Same processor, same new gen panel, same new MLA technology, same everything. So you're literally paying $1,900 for 6 inches. It's ridiculous. It just makes zero sense. So, LG has just wiped out a full-blown 30%, 30%. Let's just say 30% of the buyers out there who are interested in the 83 inch. They just wiped them completely out because it doesn't make sense. Even when pricing or money, let's just say, is not an object, and they don't care. The percentage of people just out of principle that just won't buy that TV. They just won't because it's just ridiculous. And I don't recommend it. I don't recommend you spending another $1,900 for 6 inches. It just makes no sense to me. I just think it's stealing people's money and it's taking advantage of the market. And I hope that they outprice themselves out the market. And I hope that they learn the hard way, to be honest with you, because I never thought that LG would be that greedy. And they're letting greed get to them. And it's unfortunate because you have a lot of loyal customers. You have a lot of loyal clients to LG who are going to start looking the other direction now because of that reason. And they don't get that. These people are so high up in their thrones and offices, and they don't understand the reality of the consumer. They just don't get it. They're not in tune with the reality of how people perceive their product. They think that they're self-centered, they're the best, and whatever they charge, you're going to buy, and that can shoot themselves in the foot. They really can. And again, I don't even think Sony would do that, and they're more of a brand that you would expect that from over LG. So, that's basically what I wanted to talk about, guys. It's it's crazy. The 77-inch LG G4 again is priced the same as last year's G3, and you're getting big upgrades in one shot, and you're going to be able to purchase it at the same price as it was released last year with the G3. That's awesome. That is how LG should retain their customers. Will retain their buyers. But going up one size, an additional $1,900. You know what you could do with that extra $1,900, guys? You can buy a full-blown entertainment setup to help you with your 77-inch G4 at home. Surround sound system, like a full-blown surround sound system with an amp, everything. Beautiful, with a great receiver. You can buy so much more with that extra money that you would save. So I don't recommend it. Not going to buy the 83 inch. I will go ahead and get the 77 inch G4. I'm actually excited for that one. I'm gonna put my pre-order in soon, and I really just want to start, doing some comparisons. The S95D, not looking forward to that TV. They basically did nothing besides put a matte finish to it, maybe a tiny tweaks here and there through the processing, but still the same processor, still the same chip. They didn't really invest any big changes into that TV, and I am not a fan of the matte finish at all. I don't care what anyone says if this improves reflections and this and that. I don't care. It's not me. As you guys can see, I'm in a dark room, and I don't care about that. Some people do. So, but everyone's different. I'm not trying to tell you guys how to spend your money, but I just feel like regardless, if you're an educated, if you've not even educated, if you just have common sense, right? And you look at this pricing, you go, wait a minute, $6,400 for 6 more inches? I'm gonna go ahead and I can buy TCL, I can buy Hisense, I could at 100 inches for that, just that difference alone, just that 19, you know what I mean, that 1900 difference alone, let alone the other, $4,500 for a 77-inch G4. See what I'm saying? So like they're not thinking in that perspective, in that manner, and you know, it's just sad. It's upsetting that LG chose to go that direction. I think it's greed, and I think there's a lot of self-centeredness there with them, just thinking that they can charge whatever they want and people are just going to go ahead and buy it. It's kind of disrespectful to their loyal customers, the ones that who love LG and were anticipating on getting that TV. It's like they basically just said, if you want it, you're gonna have to pay an extra 1,900. That's just ridiculous, and it doesn't make any sense. So I hope they shoot themselves in the foot with that pricing choice, and I hope they learn the hard way, because and the best way they'd be able to learn the hard way is nobody buy the TV. Just don't buy it, because what you're doing is you're going to enable them even more if you do buy it, and they're going to think that they can get away with it and even more. And then next year they're going to price it even higher, and then next year after that they're going to price it even higher. There's a thin line between what they should be pricing their TVs and what they're really actually worth. So, and it is not worth the extra $1,900. It's ridiculous. So, but yeah, that's basically my point, guys. You know, what is LG thinking? What is going on with them? And I just think that's one of the most ridiculous price increases. I think it is the most ridiculous price increase I've ever seen in all the years I've been buying TVs, guys. And just again, I know I keep saying this, but I've purchased so many TVs in the past that I can't even count anymore. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like somewhere in the 50s of TVs, maybe even 60 TVs, literally, let's say, in the past 8 years. All right. So, I've been through a lot of TVs, and I know, kind of got an idea of what I'm talking about here when it comes to these TVs. And, it's just, I've never seen anything like it. So, it's kind of a bad space. Don't know what they're thinking, but by all means, let's see what the market holds and what they say, and how people react. And the only way you're going to be able to know how they react is, of course, by their sales numbers. And sounds like to me they're not doing that. They're not going to do that great, because it's just their pricing. Their pricing is ridiculous. So, but other than that, you guys can still purchase the G3. It's one of the best TVs, or actually, it is the best LG TV I've ever personally owned. Um, Better than the G2 that I've had in the 83 inch, color wise, spec wise. Everything about it to me is better than the 83 inch G2 that I've had. And the G2 was my favorite TV of that year of 2022. I've had the A95K, the S95B, and although they were great TVs, um, I just thought that the G2 overall was the better TV, and it wasn't because of size. I thought it was because of quality and the great contrast and depth perception that you get out of the LG. I call it their secret sauce. They just know how to make it look good. Um, their depth perception, it really does spoil you. Um, and for the first time ever, my favorite TV is the Sony A95L. That's my first time for a Sony TV ever being my favorite TV. Um, I've had Samsungs that I liked. I thought the S95B was a better TV than the A95K, for especially at its price point. So I don't have some kind of loyalty to any brand. It's my money that I'm spending on it, and I'm. It's not like they're doing me any favors. You know what I'm saying? I'm spending a lot of money on these TVs, and there's just certain things that you would expect as a consumer, but that $6,400 for an 83 and spending an extra $1,900, it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of, and it's just upsetting. And I tried my best too. I really really did. I tried to think in my head, well, maybe it is worth it. Maybe, and then I'm like, no. I go back and I look at the pricing when I go online, uh, and I'm just like, that's ridiculous. I mean, it's just like kind of almost like a spit in the face from LG. So, you know, but yeah, guys, me personally, if you're asking for my advice, just know right off the bat, don't recommend the 83 inch for $6,400. Even if price is not an object, I think you would just be a fool to throw your money into that TV for an extra 6 inches. For that, you might as well get a Hisense or a TCL for $1,900 to $2,000 at 100 inches and call it a day. Mini LED and a good value, more immersion, and you'll be happy. You didn't spend the extra money. So that's about it, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think it's worth it? Do you think the 6 inches is worth the extra $1,900 for LG? Do you think LG is crazy for that? Do you think it's justifiable? What is your honest opinion? Again, these are all just opinions, guys. We don't have to sit there and battle it out and call each other out for being wrong or anything, because no matter what, nobody's wrong, nobody's right. It's just an opinion, and and that's just mine. So I'm just using this platform to share it with you guys. I hope everybody's doing well, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.